and you want fucking answers from me. Let me even put it in perspective. Didn't I just finish saying you all have more ticks and little like weird bullshit than all of us put together, and we just simply left because it's like they wanted some spirituality there that they weren't even sure was about, just making it feel safe because all they knew is that they kept doing good things. And then when they finally tell you to like, you don't make sense and you're a psychopath and you're greedy, it's like, don't you have to learn a different way in the world? And then you want me to be left with all your call signs spiritually as if I'm supposed to give a shit about carrying any of that bullshit? No, I simply left. I don't get myself into trouble. Yes, I am excellent and fucking perfect. And no, I don't need any help with anything. And no, I wasn't after any of this bullshit or to even cause you fucking problems. You put problems on me thinking that Iron Man has to go and save you from fucking anything. I'm not metallically melodulous about your fucking melomanalgia. I don't fucking owe you. You just fucking leave. That's how that goes. And then fuck God teach you some common sense and some common fucking dignity. Like, fuck that bullshit. Just get the fuck out of here. I don't need to know that you both scratch your feet when you're in love with each other. What the fuck you telling me that with are you trying to dog trade me? I'll slap the shit out you. I'll slap the shit. I'll take your fucking wallet and leave you with her. I don't give a shit about you or her. Fuck you, I got bigger problems in life. Why don't you keep this fucking place straight without a fucking dollar in your fucking wallet then? Because I did more for justice on the wrong side than being with you, and your stupid ass just keep fucking everything up and then wanting to go back to some kind of a meaning to your dumb ass. I don't owe you. I never told you what mine was. I just tried to give you a fucking way out, and you couldn't see the courtesy of like every fantasy character in the world wanted to tell you how to fucking wander out of this peacefully, nice and happy and clean. But then you start problems with me on the fucking way out, like I won't just smash you or some shit. Or like what that was an invisible arm that pushed you? Or like, you know, whatever waved you to fuck out? Like just funny shit, right? Like, so magic is good with you. That after all the bullshit I seen, fuck it, I told you how to get the courtesy out in nice, good peace. I don't owe you. So you don't think that just because I'm nice that, like, you're waiting for today to just, like, fuck me over. I could have left the whole entire time. I left when you were safe. I was safe when everyone else was safe. That's my courtesy. You tried to take advantage of that to have some kind of an ego about it. Even if you didn't do anything, why threaten me like you need your dick back? It's not like I fucking owe you. Maybe she didn't want to be with you. You ever turn back and see all the type of bullshit that people have done and they're just kind of like, dude, this guy wasn't even into your girl. And like, I get a lot of that bullshit too, but not very much of it. And thankfully, because there isn't that much action that anyone has on me. I'm not like that, period. Just get the fuck out. I don't owe you. And then like all the other pressure points that you really aren't familiar with about me, like don't even bother fighting wars for me, about me, or even fighting in my motherfucking name about anything, especially if you can't even get the first fact, like this has nothing to do with women, children, their family, or some fucking egotistical manhood type of bullshit where you carried everything else well. Why the fuck would I mess that up or even give anyone a chance to mess that up and then you got somebody to blame? Nah, I'm not gonna be to blame for that shit. My rep too good, I'm too clean, and I don't owe you nothing. And then by the fucking end of it, all the other little like punctuation shit ain't got nothing to do with me about keeping you, them, or why you probably shouldn't do that shit anyways. It's just more markers that why you have so many fucking enemies, what you trying to flex, and who the fuck are you trying to be with so fucking hard that all it does is make everybody else have like a fucking weird sick issue about shit in life. And you don't even know, like, most of you are like with like a bunch of like sickos, psychopaths, and serial killers who learned how to act straight around you. Well, this animal isn't gonna be that kind of weird tame or accept your naive ass bullshit and then went his own route. So, but if I left you in peace and love and harmony and what I gave you wasn't wrong, why the fuck do you need to learn that? Hey, you wake up. You hear what I'm telling you? I left you with nothing in peace, like perfect serenity. That you have nothing to blame on me, and you can't really use a bunch of weird tackles that are attached to other sickos who think in an improperly decent way about all the other things they have to do, but then get caught up with those type of people because they recognize you as sanity. It's not that you have to hide, and of course we don't expect you to hide. You're not supposed to be the weaker, you're supposed to be a greater. We expect good from you, but then by the end of it, like, he's supposed to have something on you. I don't owe you nothing. So, like, you know, by the end of it, learn how to go act like a normal person and just not be so spiritually into being inept about some things that you were told. Like, you know, then don't deal with me. Maybe I'm too good for you. Sometimes I just had to say that and leave because it's like everything else that I put up as a marker that should have kept you safe was like negated or used for something contractually for you to have something, you know, that isn't going to be able to like take care of you up to standard. So like, don't use that as a call sign. I'm not Batman for you. I ain't your Batman. I ain't Batman at all. I'm very far from Batman. But by the end of it, like, maybe you should keep some of the other heroes that you fucking have, because this one is not into bargaining why you like to bargain him as a chip for prosperity, without the formality of, like, did you even follow any of the rules that would have kept us all courteous? Nah. And despite what you think, the second you use violence, I can empty your bank account. I can shut off some things in your life and go a different way. Computers is a very advanced thing. All I gotta do is solder one wire, and then you don't even know where the fuck you are. What if you built yourself a little dumb asshole that you don't know that you're in, and it's almost as easy as, like, I went a different route, so why are you, like, watching me so hard when I'm minding my own business until you get bored, trivialize it, and become nauseable somewhere else? When I don't owe you, need you, want you, or have anything to do with it. Now, even if it was a goddess, I've never met too many stupid-ass goddesses, and they protect themselves better than I do, so I've never had the chance or the greatness of being able to, like, criticize them that much, other than, like, oh wow, you have your own sexuality. When you discover that, that's what women are. You just go mind your own fucking business and let them go do their thing. Or that's what they are to the fullest, and there's just different types of women. But I don't know, and most of those hardened women just have a different way of doing things, and they usually are a little bit profoundly better at certain spiritual things. But I don't owe them anything. I don't owe them my salation, my sensations. I don't owe them my private sexual life, my personal end-to-end. I don't owe them a fucking thing. I don't owe them that. I don't owe them the breath of my fucking metabolism. While I didn't take the fucking moment to take a breath for my metabolism. I don't owe you none of that. So just get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. I don't owe you. And these things need to be said, because it's just kind of like, eventually you have nothing on Hypnox, and you don't realize, well, like, I cleaned it so many times that you should know how to live by now, because everybody else that figured it out can go their own route without having to bother me, them, or each other. But even if that's just your thing, you can live like that, but don't expect me to be there, like to take hits for problems, and, like, while you being spoiled, and then getting so confused that you could accuse me of, like, some kind of adultery or affairs to your bullshit. Nah, the ultimatum is just go rock on in your own real life and stop doing weird spiritual shit like that, because you're not helping me, and you're not an honorable hero to me, or somebody who just knows that they have a little bit of responsibility for leaving a good road behind them if all they're going to do is be a single man and try to, like, take care of other things that they know other people don't have time for. So society actually fucking works by trying to be a fucking gentleman. How about that shit? Or some chivalry is dead anyways. Didn't you say that? So I don't owe them a goddamn thing. But it's just kind of funny, because I'm not even that frustrated with them. It's just kind of like, don't you realize, stop using me as an excuse if you don't even follow the basic plan of, like, you could have went and did anything you wanted and lived a full, cool, good life. But, like, threatening me with violence and your fucking ego because it's like, I can't give you retribution for some act that you put us up to. Nah, I don't owe you that. We could have just took your fucking wallet and left. And we wouldn't even have to do it in painful ways. We wouldn't have to do it noticeably. We wouldn't have to, like, rob you, like, brute forcefully. You just wish it would, so you had somebody to fucking blame. You just always want somebody to fucking blame. And then by the end of it, like, y'all some trash. And it's like your own friend that, like, can't even, like, wander you out of everything that he does perfectly good. And it's just like, come on, you can't even, like, I can make it even more concise and more clear about how to not deal with any of this bullshit. And you still want to just be like, what's with elevator music being like a chronicle timeline? Like, I can mention all the different times that gentlemen have dropped you off so appropriately without you even fucking noticing it, that there is never going to be a psychotic disturbance. You motherfuckers are weird in some way. But it's like, you leave when they feel good and stuff, so they don't have to sit there and be paranoid and have little, like, trauma attacks from themselves, like just being paranoid or whatever the fuck. And then, like, it kind of, like, lapses into comfort, and then you just, like, leave them with those psychological problems. The way it's supposed to be comfortable for everybody, comfortable. You got some beans and rice over there? Like a little turkey and shit, and a hamburger. Thank you, that's sweet of you. I ate a meal, I acted like everything was normal. I got the fuck out of here. I did anything normal, cordial, like anybody else did. Go be a gentleman. Try that bullshit. Because if somebody at least had to take you off the side and explain to you that you're not wrong, But like those things just aren't done with me or amongst other people that know coherency in what life is. If you really think that you wanted to back me up or try to claim doing a fucking favor for me or something, is by the end of it, it's like, why do you draw so much weird ass attention for someone who has to almost take all of this crazy ass attention and dock it somewhere while you're acting like a complete fucking fanatical jerk about some shit that I basically don't owe you about what has to be posted and pillared up to other parts of fucking life. So why don't you just go live? Because I never even told them, or you never even would have had to figure out unless you lashed out so much on what you basically creating more villains than what I need to do necessary to help you be stable. So who the fuck are you helping for the few things that I gotta drop off normal? All of that shit could have been done. You ever get that one motherfucker, he gets so fed up with you, and it's been like 10, 20 years, he been just dropping you off in a Cadillac. We're not talking about women. We're talking about he's just been somehow spiritually dropping you off in a Cadillac, giving you a nice, real comfortable speech. And then one day he popped off the side. He used to be my OG. He popped off to the side and started saying some really disgusting shit to your relationship in the fucking car, and you got all emotional and shit. I hated it. We all hated it. But he got tired of you because you just kept causing so many problems that he can't even like take care of his own love life, and he retired and gave up on you. And that's how he retired. I was shocked and surprised and laughed because as I get older, I'd never do that to them too, because it shocked me. But I still am just kind of like, well, it didn't happen to my stuff, but you know. But either way, it's still kind of like, holy shit. If that guy did that, doesn't it look funny that like I look at that and I'm like, man, he really got like free after that. Like, what a gentleman. And then for all those years, such a gentleman, and you expect me to like give you the courtesy of just like, what is that to deal with your bullshit? If that was the only way they chose out, and they don't even care, that's how much they got sick of your bullshit, and then they just went. Why don't you just like let it go cool instead of like, you know, how it was, and then you want to go back to that? And I'm not that guy, and we're none of us are that guy. And even when that guy did a good job, it's still kind of like, now the reason nobody bothers him and no one talks to any of them, and they disappeared in life, is they started doing that to get away from you. And they know they're the same type of old generation men. They're like, I don't give a fuck who doesn't like me. I'm gonna do that shit until they leave me alone. I'm like, Jesus Christ. But then when they're on the radar too much with you and y'all's bullshit insigniating each other, how the hell is that a smart ass decision when you just like taking people for granted to the point where even the really nice ones you never noticed have to tell you why and bail out on you about some shit that will never belong to this country? Whether you like it or not, inside and out, we can't bear that happening to Blondie. The Sin City isn't even that much of a city that sins. We don't owe you that fucking much. The bitch is gone. We don't owe them. We never signed that fucking paper, and we got the fuck out of there doing everything right, and we were still gentlemen. So even when they cut, say, courtesy and pop all this fucking bullshit, it's like, bruh, I could have robbed you. You'd never known me anyways. So we were always fucking gentlemen. So I tossed it and got the fuck out of there. But like by the end of it, like, leaving too much code that you can't just go back to your nice fucking fantasy and just cruise and do some cool ass shit shouldn't be a fucking problem. That you could just cruise and do some cool ass shit. Why you gotta go and piss off like a lot of really nice people who are just courteous in order to get some kind of answer that we'll never have for you? Because giving you that answer is like someone else's mistake that they tried to make us earn, and we thwarted them the best way that we did. Everything cool. Like, we good now. We professionals. We don't need to go and make mistakes because of you or somebody else's fucking courtesy. What do you not get about that? Fucking dumbass motherfucker. Your self-respect and your fucking dignity. You know what's real weird? It's like I go back in time sometimes and I think about how nice that I am when I start breaking down to something that you fucking did, or why you trying to hold me to something that I didn't do. And I think about, man, run that chain, give me that motherfucking wallet, motherfucker, get on the floor, bitch. All that shit starts sounding real fucking good and juicy when you motherfuckers act like that. And you got a like spiritual signature that you out there fucking using, other than what I'm trying to give you back is only for you to be able to take care of everything good without a fucking problem. Yeah, all that shit sound real juicy to me. Like, you don't know what side that I came from to even be supportive. Why am I so good at it? So, you know, you go find something to do before you get in over your head trying to bully the wrong fucking person. It's not about me stepping it up for dignity in myself. It's about the fucking fact that, like, none of that shit makes strategic sense. Like, if they could have just took a punch and got the fuck out of here, what did you do wrong to the guy? Well, that's all right. Well, it's better than an apology to them, so we got the fuck out of here. Oh, well, you were with me, you just got punched. Oh, well, bitch. No, but seriously, in the end, like, what the fuck? Like, no mistake, you didn't make one, we didn't make one, we out of there. or stop bothering me with why you want to make mistakes so badly. A fucking dumbass, uncivilized, uncontrolled fucking clown, an ass clown, and then I'll fucking owe you about how much you think that you want to make me bend over backwards for nothing. I don't know, fucking, you don't even know who or what I was, like a fucking spiritual epigee for something better, or like, you know, God helps God. Like, yeah, I've seen him, does good stuff. Kept the line moving, doing good stuff. After a while, it just seemed like heaven is on earth because we all keep doing good, positive stuff. And the rest of it that we can't explain, even with magic, is kind of like, God damn, maybe there is hope for all of us. That there could be a better world. Or like, damn, I don't know what the fuck all that atrocity is. You know, like, I don't know how to give up on the better one or what I just don't do shitty. Fucking stupid ass clown motherfuckers. Etc. Yeah, it ain't fancy, but you know, that's how I deal with that. I just fucking left. And if you had to know that I left, I left. A good way.